Right away, let's turn on Ujjayi breathing. If you're just dropping to the breath, you might take your next inhale through your nose and then exhale out your mouth with a sigh sound, like you're fogging up your sunglasses. A couple breaths like that. So you can hear and feel the whisper, but it's soft enough that you can elongate your exhale. And once you feel like you have control over that, you'll take your next breath in through nose. Start to ha out your mouth, but before you run out of breath, close your lips so the ha continues out your nose. And then once you have control over that, inhale, exhale, nose only as much as possible for the rest of your practice. You can connect to the hissing sound on the inhale as well as exhale, so you have that continuous melody throughout your practice. And when we combine our breath work with our asana, our posture practice, it's a tool. It's a way to manage our experience. So the whole practice of yoga is really creating space where we get to see our minds, to notice their patterns so we can let them go, to clear out space. So when we build energy with breath, with movement, sometimes the mind stuff will kick up too. You can connect to that, get involved with it by turning up the Ujjayi breath. And then when it gets to be a bit much, like you're at the point where you want to get off your mat for a moment, even though you're not sure why, try sighing out your mouth. A few releases of breath. To center your experience. All right, keep the Ujjayi breath going. Let's go into seated hip opener. Sitting in Badakanasana if it's available to you as your first posture. Soles of the feet together. Active feet in this Badakon. Pressing feet. And I just want to check, is my sound okay? I've had some issues with my mic this week. It sounds like okay. All right, feet together, toes spread. And if this is not working for you, cross-legged seat works just fine. You'll lean on your left hand, bring your right hand to the middle of your right inner thigh, and actually see if you can take hold of the thigh bone. Inhale, traction your thigh bone out from your hip, directly out towards your knee. Exhale, continue to massage your inner thigh. It might move down a little bit, but feel for moving it out, elongating the bone, opening up the joint. Take a breath to lift the rib cage, lift your heart. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, release your neck. Plug pubic bone down. Scoop the low belly off the pubic bone a little bit to lift out of the hips. And continue to run breath through the right side of your spine down into right hip. And keep your neck relaxed as you come back up to a vertical spine. Straighten your left leg out, pick your right knee up so your foot's on the floor. Option to cross the right foot over the left for spinal twists. That's optional, you don't have to cross it. Twist into your right thigh. Pull the right sit bone into the ground and inhale. Lift and lengthen your spine from your grounded hips. Exhale, ease the shoulder blades back. But even as the shoulders move back, if you feel pressure in the low back, I want you to lean into your right thigh a little bit. Well, for some of you, that makes sense. Other bodies, it might help to lean away from your right thigh to feel for lengthening the spine. All right, one more inhale breath to lengthen up. One more exhale to hug your right thigh in and pin your right hip down. Release. Return to Badaknasana. Or if you prefer to do hip opener and cross-legged seat, put your other leg in front. Lean on your right hand. Left hand takes hold of the left thigh bone. Inhale. Send left thigh bone out directly at the same angle of your knee. Exhale, lean towards your right hand. Look towards your right hand. And be curious about that. Simply turning the direction of your head, what you feel down in your hip. And find a nice place for you to run your breath. So another way we use the breath as a tool, and I learned this specifically from the Forrest Yoga system, is a way to come into our felt experience. So if you can imagine your breath inflating different parts of your body as you create shapes, and exhaling to drain tension from those areas, that is a really powerful and portable tool. All right, leave your neck soft as you come back up. Pick your left knee up. Straighten the right leg out. Option to cross the left foot over if that works for your hips today and your low back. Twist into the left thigh. As you pin left hip down and hug left thigh in, root your pelvis and use your breath to free your spine growing up from your pelvis and spiraling. So I'm very unconcerned with how far around you can turn in your twist, but how much space can you create? How much can you feel beneficially in the contortion? All right, release that. And let's come on to our backs for abdominals. We'll do elbow to knee. Let's start in stage one. Feet on the floor. Feet still active and energized. Lift and spread your 10 toes. Press the ball mounds of the feet down, grounding from the big toe mound out to the pinky mound. Inner heel, outer heel, arches lifted. Hands interlaced behind head and neck. So as much as your feet are energized, your neck is relaxed. Go ahead, rub it with your thumbs a little bit. And occasionally when we do these head off the floor abdominals, the neck will start to strain. So you just notice that and remind it to rest back into your hands. Send your breath down into your low back. Press the low back flat. Exhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Draw navel to spine. Let's keep the head and shoulders up as much as possible. Inhale, the low back flat into the ground. Exhale, elbows towards the right thigh, tiny twist. Pick your right foot up so your knee is directly over your hip, reaching up for sky. Foot pressing on an imaginary gas pedal, full of energy. Inhale, center, feet down, head and shoulders float back to center. Exhale, twist to the left, pick your left foot up. Press on the gas and pull your belly down. Inhale, center. Pull the sides of the waist down. Lift shoulders up without pulling on your head and neck. Exhale, twist right. Pick right foot up, pull belly down. Inhale, center. Maybe a little tuck of tail feels protective to you. Exhale, twist left, left foot up, belly down. Tucking the tail can also strain the low back a little bit, so if it feels like it's pulling, don't tuck. Inhale, center. Press your feet down. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Triceps to the ceiling. Head rests in hands. Exhale, twist left. Draw navel to spine. Option to do the next 3 rounds, starting with both feet off the floor, or option to stay just as you were. Exhale, twist right. If you're both feet off the floor, straighten your left leg out. It doesn't have to reach close to the ground. Keep the low back pressed. Inhale, center, bend your knees. Exhale, twist left, right leg out. Curl pubic bone and navel, draw navel to spine. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Keep going for these last 2 rounds to each side. If you're starting to feel this in your low back, you've fatigued your abdominals. That's more than enough. And when you are complete, rest in any position where you can run your luscious breath through your abdominals. So if that means doing some movements like windshield wipes or taking a mini shavasana, both work. Feel your belly move with your breath. And I forgot to suggest that you have a block nearby, so keep breathing into your belly as you find your yoga block, if you have one. We're using it to support our hips and bridge. So if you don't have a block, you can use your own legs to support your bridge. All right, once you know where your block is, have it in reaching distance, but then leave it alone so you can relax the arms. Activate the feet. Press your feet down and use your strong legs and buttocks to press hips to sky. The muscles along spine stay relaxed. The jaw stays relaxed. And really, the butt doesn't do too much here. You can feel for softening the glutes. Press your feet down and then get a little tuck of the sitting bones toward your thigh bone. So articulating through the glutes without clenching. Once you feel for the fire in your thighs and your legs, you're connected, then reach for your block and slide it underneath your pelvis, the highest height you feel like working at this point in your class. So the block is there for support, but I still want you to feel your energized feet pressing into earth, your legs doing most of the work of holding you up. Arms, any position. Some bodies like to reach the arms overhead in this or shrug shoulders together. That's fine, but keep the arms themselves fairly relaxed. Arms and teeth. Teeth, jaw, try to help. Let them go. Option to move into some one-legged work. If your low back's feeling steady today, heel toe your left foot slightly in towards center. Then inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, right leg up to the sky. I'm not concerned with the right leg straightening, but reach it up to keep the right hip fairly light. Press down with left foot to keep the left hip balanced. Lengthen the sacrum, the tailbone forward towards the left knee. Keep the belly in. Breathe into chest. Exhale, set the right foot down a little closer to left foot than it started. And then inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, left leg to sky, reaching through the sole of the left foot, pressing with the big toe mound and the inner heel of the right foot. A sense of scissoring the tops of your inner thighs. Exhale, set your left foot down, heel toe the feet wider apart. And then press both feet down. Feel for lengthening your thigh bones forward, tilting your tail up. Move the block out from underneath you. Strong Ujjayi breathing here. Exhale, slowly roll your upper back down. Pause. Lift your toes, press your feet down, tuck your tail, roll the middle spine down. Pause. Breathe into your chest, curl pubic bone and navel. Exhale, roll your pelvis down. You can pause here for a moment to rest, run breath into your low back and belly. If your body's cueing you to go into a shape like resting butterfly or knees together, do that. So experiencing the sensations, feeling, and watching breath move them. Sometimes we want to shake off a sensation and just watch. It knows where to go. Figure 4, pick up your right foot, flex it, hook it over your left knee. Some of you like to work with the left foot on the floor, then just stay here and press your palms into your thighs gently, massage the right thigh open, or hug the left knee to chest, holding on to either the hamstrings or the shin bone. And if your feet are up, press the bottom of your sacrum, your tail back down to the earth. Either stay here for a couple more breaths or half happy baby. Turn the sole of the right foot up to the ceiling. Hold on to your right ankle or your foot and put your left foot down. Left leg might be straight for some bodies that feel stabilizing. Left hand on the middle of the left thigh. And draw right knee back into chest. Take a breath. Exhale, give it a squeeze. And put the right foot down, pick up your flexed left foot, hook it over the right thigh, and then move into your figure 4 variation that gets breath down into low back and left hip. Option to open it into a half happy baby, taking hold of left foot or leg to turn foot to ceiling, right foot or leg on the ground. Use your exhale to soften into the left hip. Hug your left knee into your chest. Breathe into the back body on the mat. Exhale, squeeze your knee in. Hug your right knee in. Option to curl your head off the mat, turning into a little ball, tuck chin to throat like you're holding a nectarine there. Pull your navel to your spine, squeeze at the sit bones. And if it feels right to you to rock and roll up and down length of spine, to massage along the spine and get a little momentum and circulation, go ahead, do that. Of course, you can choose to keep your head down if you're relaxing your neck and just rock it out, massaging your back in a yummy way. And then we'll meet on all fours. Dolphin Prelude, come down onto your elbows, wrap your hands around your upper arms halfway up from your elbow, so your elbows line up under shoulders, then clasp your hands in front of you. For this variation, move your knees back an inch and then walk them as wide as is comfortable. So maybe right out to the edges of your yoga mat with the big toes in. So it's a little bit of a wide knee child's pose stance, but you'll keep your hips up as you put your head down and lean your down dog tail up and back. Option to turn your knuckles to the ceiling. Run breath into the upper back between your shoulder blades. Exhale, soften upper back, shoulders, neck and jaw. Now next, I was going to cue you into Dolphin, but the sweet, rare rainy day energy. If you feel more compelled to sit back into a wide knee child's pose, you can follow that. So some of you will sit back and release your hands to wherever you like. Some of you will rock forward to float your head up. Remeasure elbow width. And maybe place the palms down this time, though you can choose to clasp the hands if your shoulders are tender today. Press the earth away to lift out of your shoulders, lean your down dog tail up and back, and then maybe straighten your legs to keep pulling your hips back, lengthening spine from shoulders. Shoulders are turned on. You're pressing into the ground and hugging the elbows in towards your ears. And then using your abdominals, your hips to stretch back from your turned on, engaged, and stable shoulders. Wide knee child's pose. Keep your ujjayi running up and down spine. It might be softer, but it's conscious. All right. Then everyone make your way onto your knees. Sitting up on your knees. Though if kneeling, actually standing on the knees is probably good for this. If kneeling is not good for your knees, then you can stand up. Touch your thumb tips together behind you. Roll the head of the shoulder back to widen right out to the ends of the collarbones. Breathe the back ribs out, soften the front ribs in. Now keep that, the front ribs in and the collarbones wide as you start to straighten the arms. Now if your arms straighten and you can keep the head of the shoulder open, not dipping, and the front ribs in, then you start to lift the arms behind you. And release your arms. Lunge, step your right foot forward. Low lunge, back knee on the mat. Fingertips on either side of the right foot. Lift and spread the front toes. Breathe your heart forward, your collarbone wide. Exhale. Feel the hips relax towards the right heel. Energy in the feet. Maybe a little lift of the low belly off pubic bone, or a lot of lift. But no gripping in the buttocks or in the teeth. Hamstrings stretch. Inhale, tuck the back toes, and then your choice. Either shift back into half splits or lift your back knee off the mat for a long pyramid. And then the option to float back and forth 2 times. If flowing doesn't work on for you, your knees stay. Inhale, lunge. Lift heart, drop hips. Exhale, stretch it back. Take another breath like that. Runner's lunge as a transition down onto your belly, bend the right knee. And step the right foot back to lower down for low cobra. Hands out in front of your shoulders. Pelvis stays on the mat. Inhale, pull the mat toward you to pull your chest forward. Lift your low belly up. Press your feet down. Hug the elbows in, the shoulders back. Exhale, lower down. Downward dog or take a cat stretch on your knees. Left foot forward, low lunge. Lift and spread the front toes. Fan out the back toenails. That'll help you balance. Breathe up into heart as you rise onto your fingertips. And ease your shoulders back. Long pyramid or half splits. Inhale, back your hips up, tuck your back toes. Exhale, shift your hips back for your hamstrings stretch. An option to pulse back and forth 2 times. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, stretch it back. And if that works for you, take another breath like that. Inhale, bend the left knee, runner's lunge, transition. Exhale, step the right foot forward, fold over your legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. 1/2 sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samastitihi. Now 3 full sun salute A's, or you can do 6 half suns if you want to skip the chaturangas. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Here's where you choose. Exhale, plank chaturanga or forward fold. Inhale, upward dog, or inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, downward facing dog, or hands to heart center. Down dogs, take a breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Down dogs, come forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale to your heart. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or fold. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Cobra's where hips stay on the mat. Exhale, downward facing. If your hips come off the mat, also lift your knees off the mat. Step or jump forward. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Scoop the low belly up. Exhale, hands to heart. Once again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga or forward fold. Inhale, upward dog with your kneecaps up or cobra, hips down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Exhale, step or jump forward. Take a breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samastitihi. Up to 3 rounds, Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, Utkatasana. Sit back in your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Each sun sloop B does have 3 chaturangas. So you can skip it and just go to down dog and breathe in there. Breathe out. Warrior 1. Step your right foot up to your thumb. Spin the back heel down. Press off your feet to rise as you breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Left foot. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay in down dog for a few breaths. Unless you want to put your knees down, that's fine. Either relax your neck, gaze between your toes, or tuck your chin, gaze towards the navel, and then pull your navel in, squeeze at sit bones. Mahabandha. Step or jump forward. Inhale your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back in chair. Tuck your tail to rise. Exhale, Samastitihi. Return to standing. That's okay if you folded. We're going there again. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right foot forward, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Instead of a full sun salute, I'll just offer the warriors again to anyone who's still getting their heart rate up. Option, inhale, right foot forward, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Alternative for the shoulders, plank to up dog. Can skip a chaturanga. Sometimes my shoulders need to do that. Exhale, down dog, everybody. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Ashtanga, we usually tuck chin, engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha to build the energy we just created with our Ujjayi breath. Here again, if you need to release anything, side out your mouth, relax your neck, or take a child's pose. Child's pose is considered a pose that brings the energy down, so you can always do child's pose or any other position where head is on the ground. All right, let's begin our standing series. Actually, everyone step or jump forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back in chair. Exhale, Samastitihi. Padangusthasana. Excuse me. Separate your feet hips width, hands to your waist. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, either reach for your big toes or put your hands on the sides of your legs. Inhale, look forward. Some of you will actually open the throat. Exhale, fold in. Option to look towards navel or relax your neck. If you've got your big toes and your hamstrings are healthy, you can pull up on your toes, press your toes down into your fingers, and then use that resistance to move shoulders away from neck. Padahastasana. Inhale, lift your heart. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Some of you will bend your knees a lot to get hands underneath feet. And then you can keep this as a squat like a gorilla, getting a sweet wrist release. Or you can exhale back into your forward fold. If neither of those works for you, stay in your hands on calves position. Inhale, lift your heart to free your hands. Bring your hands back to your waist. You might need to bend your knees and tuck your tail a lot to stand up. Inhale, rise. Samastitihi, step your feet back together if that's your Tadasana. Let's step the left foot back into Warrior Two. So right knee is bent in Warrior Two, facing side of mat. Eagle arms, cross right on top of left. Some of you will double bind and also cross the wrists. Shoulders are tender. Keep your hands on your shoulders and maybe keep the elbows down. If shoulders are healthy, here, lift the elbows up, send your hands forward. Sending breath into the upper back between your opening shoulder blades. Exhale, squeeze the elbows just a touch and relax your jaw. Exhale, unwind your arms, interlace hands behind your back. If interlacing hands is uncomfortable for any of your joints, your wrists, your shoulders or elbows, I don't love this interlace. I feel like it enforces the double cell phone position. You can either pull on a strap instead or put your hands on your hips, squeeze shoulders back. Utthita Trikonasana, release your hands, straighten your right leg. Some of you will heel toe the right foot a little closer to the left foot. For triangle, right hand, shin, thigh, or yoga block. Traditionally, left arm reaches directly across. If you prefer left arm behind back today, that's fine. We're unwinding the shoulders a little. Deep lunge variation. Look down, bend your right knee, bring both hands to the inside of right foot. Come on to the back toes. Maybe heel toe the right foot over to the edge of your mat so you have more room for your shoulders. And for this variation, I recommend toes pointing straight ahead, knee hugging to shoulder. But some bodies might prefer that your knee drops open, your toes angle out, gets into a different part of the hip. That's fine. Some of you will lock elbows out so your arms don't fatigue. Some of you will rest your elbows on the earth or on your blocks. And press back to your hands if you came down. Heel toe the right foot back between your hands. Parshvattanasana, pyramid variation. Step the left foot down so your heel is about 2.5 feet behind the right foot. Left toes are angled out about 30 or 45 degrees. One-legged forward fold. Hands might want to be on blocks. Or if you press your feet, pull your belly in, and you don't need your hands on the ground or on support, inhale to a flat back. Either touch fists together behind you or come into reverse prayer, fingers pointing towards head, and fold. Whether you're bound or not, shoulders are back. All right, binds, release hands to ground. Vertical splits, which Doreen, you just did. So now you come into pyramid, left foot down, hamstring stretch. Everyone else, shift the right foot forward and float the left leg up. Kind of like warrior 3, but here your head is down. In warrior 3, we lift the chest. If your body's asking for that, that's fine. It's mostly about the standing leg. Pressing both parts of the heel down into the ground. Forward fold. Lower your left foot next to your right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Samastitihi. Warrior 2, step your right foot back or turn to face the side of your mat. Doesn't have to be fancy. Feet are 4 feet apart. And then turn the left toes out, bend the left knee. Eagle arms, left crosses on right. Single or double bind. No bind is fine, holding the invisible block between your arms. I know is less fun, but can be very therapeutic. Unwind your arms, interlace hands behind back. If you're interlacing, see if you can end up with the other thumb on top, your awkward interlace, or hands on hips, or pull on a strap to protect your shoulders, elbows, wrists. And then release your bind. Straighten your left leg for triangle. Again, maybe adjust the feet a little closer together. And slide left hand down to shin or thigh. I just don't press on the kneecap. Says your knee, please. You read my mind, Cynthia. Rolling the left shoulder back. Lizard variation, deep lunge hip opener. Look down, bring both hands to the inside of the left leg, bend your knee. Come onto the back toes. And then heel toe, left foot aside. Again, if you prefer to let the left knee drop open, then adjust your foot so the focus is in the hip, not the knee. Pyramid, press back to your hands, hands to either side of left foot. And for this pyramid, right foot comes forward a little bit as opposed to our long pyramid. Option to bind, inhale to a flat back. Either touch fists, touch knuckles together behind you, or hands in reverse prayer. If you're bound, release the bind. Vertical splits, or also known as upside down tree pose. Releasing neck or bowing forehead toward chin. Soften the left knee so you can step the right foot down next to it, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Almost like a cat-cow, shoulders back. Exhale, fold in, release neck, or look at navel. Inhale, rise. Samastitihi, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Right big toe pose or right knee to chest, standing on the left leg. This can be your knee to chest. Your toes might stay on the earth for your balance. Or you might catch the right knee. Or if you can reach the big toe, your choice to bend, partially extend, fully extend. Good. Exhale, open right knee out to the right or right leg out to the right. Option to look over your left shoulder, but if you shift your gaze, find a point right away to settle your eyes on. Exhale, bring it back to center, floating leg. Take your waist, point your toes out. Again, toes can stay on earth if you like, or you can float it up. Pull your belly in, lean toward your leg just a little bit, almost like there's a bar here you're leaning over. Shoulders back. Gaze at big toe, chin in. Exhale, Samastitihi. Other side, left knee to chest. Or knee or big toe, yes. Exhale, open to the left. Option to look over right shoulder. Exhale, back to center. Floating leg, take your waist, extend your leg, point your toes like you're making a fist. They can be on the earth, that's fine. Look at your big toe, pull your belly in, shoulders back. Samastitihi. Utkatasana after vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Half sun or full sun. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga or fold. Inhale, upward dog or rise. Exhale, downward dog or samastitihi. Utkatasana, down dogs, jump your feet between your hands. If possible, maybe the big toes are together, the heels slightly parted, and the knees together. But if you want to separate the feet, make sure you also separate the knees. Good. Arms, any variation. Utkatasana, sitting back in your chair. Bakasana or Kakasana. Prep. Exhale, hands down. Bring them all the way to the earth. So shift your weight forward, bend your knees, come onto tippy toes, and try to touch knees into armpits. Look forward slightly, pull your belly in, reach your tail back. Those of you moving into Kakasana Crow, you may bend your elbows to shift your weight toward your fingers and see if either of your feet want to come up. And find your way back to downward facing dog when you're satisfied. Your choice, down dog hip opener or dolphin hip opener. If you want to set up dolphin, then raise the right leg, go for it. Otherwise, simply lift the right leg up, bend your right knee, turn your hips open to the right. You can also do that from tabletop if you want your left knee down. And lengthen the tailbone back, scoop your low belly up. Nice. Pigeon. Right knee to right elbow or wrist. Good core work there, Cynthia. Option to twist your pigeon a bit, or deer pose if you prefer to bend left knee out to the side to give your knees more space, do that. And then lift up. This is optional. Walk your hands towards right knee or right thigh. Take a moment like a low cobra to pull on the ground to pull ribcage out of hips. And for some bodies, you want to stay up in that traction, go for it. Or maybe you lower down onto your elbows, hands or head in the twisted shape. Continue to roll the left thigh under. Mm-hmm. Unless you're in deer, then don't. Twisted pigeons. Inhale, lift up a little. Now walk your hands way forward if that feels right to you. Stretching out like a cat in the sun. And then settle back into your sleepy pigeon. See if you create more space. All right, take a few breaths to find your way either back to down dog or do a cat cow. And down dog hip opener or dolphin hip opener. Left leg up or tabletop hip opener. Now feel for pressing the right heel down, sending lots of energy back out of your shoulders. And exhale, left knee up towards your left wrist for pigeon or to elbow. And there's lots of ways to customize this shape to make it more comfortable. Like even the back knee can be a nuisance. Well, then you put a blanket underneath your thigh. So unmute yourself if you have questions about making this a pose of surrender. Those of you who are twisting your pigeon, inhale, lift up a little, walk your hands to the left, maybe framing knee or walking around to your hip. Pull on the mat like a low cobra, scoop your belly and pull your heart forward from your hips. And you can choose to stay there or lower down onto your elbows, hands, even head. And twisted pigeons, lift up a bit. And then if it feels right to walk your hands way out in front of you, lengthening back over your left thigh, you do that. Maybe even tucking back toes and scooching the right thigh back. All right, and then find your way. Next place we'll meet is on our backs. So if you want to take a final vinyasa or down dog hip opener or cat cow, turn your breath back up. We'll meet. Well, if you cut it into Shavasana and your body just released into it, will stay. That's what we've been working towards. If you would like to draw your knees into your chest and come into a Supta Badakanasana, bringing your feet together and bringing your feet up toward your face. Yes, that's cueing this as a supine on the back pose. If your body wants to sit for straddle forward fold, or this is Badakanasana, seated forward fold, you can do that. Some of you who have feet close to face might curl your head up, tuck your chin in, forehead towards feet. Again, if you lift your head up, pull your belly in a lot. So even though your neck muscles will work, I want your abdominals to work even more. All right, and then unfold back to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. Either rock it out or take a brief spinal twist. Drop your knees over to the left side. Look to the right. And then twists, come over to the other side. You have an option to just rest and roll your head side to side. And Shavasana. Shavasana is where we finally let go of control of even the breath. Take a deep breath. Move your fingers and your toes. If a stretch sounds yummy, reach your arms up overhead. Stretching from hand to foot, maybe yawn. Stretch your mouth as wide as you can. And then curling up onto one side. Drawing the knees in close, bowing your head. Press down with your hands. Leave your neck released as you press your way up to sitting. Palms come together, thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart. May our practice benefit not only us. May our practice be healing to all beings in all the worlds. Namaste.